we normally do Open Friday Coffee is it originally started as open office hours for me. I'm a online course creator and have been since 2015. Technically, I started in 1998, but we won't go there. And one of the fun things was when I created all these courses, I had a lot of students. And so I would do this Open Friday Coffee for them so they'd come and ask questions, that sort of thing. And things have evolved a lot since then. So now I just want to say to you folks, thank you very much for sharing your Fridays mornings with us. However, I had several students reach out to me regarding one of my courses they're not able to be on. So, you know me, my students come first, they're paying for the courses. So I'm going to do a quick, literally quick PowerPoint presentation for those students. I had three of them ask me about follow up and how to make money on the leads they already had. So they wouldn't have to go to what we call social media and slowly lose their life as they feed a system that does not want to feed them, kind of thing. So one of the things that I promised you guys when you signed up today, I said we were going to talk about how you go about making money with the audience that you already have. And one of the things that I am passionate about is that entrepreneurs stay in business. And one of the things I'd like to share is the processes and systems that I use to continue to keep that relationship going with people. And one of the things that was very important to me when I first started out was I wanted people to know how much I cared about them. And so I was always trying to find ways to let them know that I cared, that they were in my life. And so I started sending cards. What ended up happening is I would spend 4 to 5 hours every Friday writing thank you notes to everybody I had met on Zoom. Please remember, I am talking about 1999 through 2003. And I ended up getting on this card sending program. I had tried several, and I got onto a card sending program that worked for me. And it really cut down on the amount of time and effort that I did that. Now, why am I bringing up direct mail? Because people love to get mail in the mailbox that's good mail, that's fun mail, and it's not selling me something mail. It's not a chiropractor, it's not a dentist, it's not a real estate agent. It's somebody who I know, and I it's like a package because I have to slice open the envelope. It's not a postcard, and then I open it up and I'm like, who is this? Like who is this from? And so that was the experiential part that I wanted for people. I'm bringing up direct mail because so few people are doing it. It will help you stand out no matter what industry you're in. So I have systems for sending cards and the thing that the nail in the coffin for me to where it is a non-negotiable. I don't care how bad my income stream is, I will not stop sending cards. You hear this from marketing people all the time. They're like, no matter what happens, do not stop sending cards, right? And the reason for that, or do not stop marketing, right? And the reason for that is you need to keep your lead gen happening for yourself. And so for me, it's sending cards. And I have right now, when I first started, it was $37 a month I was spending. I now spend anywhere from $215 to $225 a month on cards, and it's a non-negotiable in my business. I will at least spend that. That is a expense that is worth it for my business. What ended up happening is I created for myself a 4 hour a week system that I would use to constantly be working in my business, not on my business, not in my business. I always get those confused. You hear those things. I'm gonna be talking to you guys real quick today about all of those things that we hear. The riches are in the niches, the fortune is in the follow-up. You hear all this crap all the time from people. What are they talking about? My goal is to be able to actually say to you, this is what they're saying. These are the actions. These are the activities that are giving you the riches and the fortune. But guess what? It is a marathon. It is not a sprint. And if you think you can do this in a sprint wise fashion and you're going to get results, you won't. You have to do this as you're training for a marathon. So I had a few people reach out to me, Young Living, Mary Kay, Arbonne, Avon, and Send Out Cards itself, asked me to train their teams on follow-up systems. So it was great. I used Send Out Cards as an example because I had just gotten a contract with Send Out Cards. So I was like, okay, I'll use your own system and show you exactly how you do your follow-up. Okay. So this is what I mean by working on your business, not in your business. This is old school. It used to be said from the 1950s through 1990, you had four things you were supposed to do. You prospect, you did follow up, you closed the deal, and you always, always train yourself. These are the magic 4 hours a week you are supposed to be using. Now, of course, Janine is modernized. And so I say, no, You don't work at closing the deal. When it comes to relationship management, relationship consulting, working on relationships with people, you constantly reconnect until they close themselves. And this is what keeps you from sounding and being like a salesperson. So, what does it mean to work in your business? And this slide deck was originally meant for send out cards people. That is, you're sending cards. So, if you're in Mary Kay, you're selling what you're selling. If you're in Arbonne, you sell. When you are working in your business, that's you being the technician selling whatever the business or product or service it is. But when you're working on your business, you're establishing those relationships. So this was taken back in 2016. It cracks me up. Not much has changed here, people. And what I did was when we hit 2020, I brought out this old picture, and I had taken this crappy picture off of my camera from my computer, and I slapped it on a card. And I said, if you want to schedule a time with Janine, press here. I look forward to chatting with you. Now, it's a physical card. There's no QR code because it wasn't the thing back then or anything. And I actually had a few smart Alex reach out to me and go, I keep pressing the red button and nothing happens. I had beautiful clients like that. People, for a marketing person, this is engagement. This is like, yes, this is what I want, right? It doesn't matter what they say to you, just as long as they're reaching out to you, right? And then I started sending this out in 2018. Hey, it was lovely meeting you on Zoom, because you have to remember, people were still scared of Zoom. They were still cranky that I had to download an app to talk to you on video. Okay, remember, that's where people were. I ended up creating a campaign so that if somebody purchased products from me that was $37 to however 5,000, they would get a card a month from me. And some of you may recognize these cards because you are on that monthly card program. I decided that for anybody who invested in me, I was going to invest in them in my card sending program. Inside of my cards is humor. I give them tips. I teach them things. I teach them what I know. And it is amazing how it works. And it only costs me $8 a year per person. Okay. And for my people who are on my subscription plans, it's totally worth it. I'm very happy to do that. So, how do you start? Well, I ended up creating a book after I had done sent out cards, Arbonne, Mary Kay, and talked to all these different people. I just built a book because I was like, okay, here's the book from the program that I ran your people through. I now have it up on Amazon. People can buy it if you want, get it on Kindle for free. The whole point of this is to teach you the 4 hour a week system. I also have a Build Your Business boot camp where for the first week, you're building your foundation of your business. The second week, you're creating your habits of success. The third week, you're prospecting for new clients and keeping contacts top of mind. And that is where card sending is so helpful, because even if they're done with your program, you don't want them to be done with you. What was the thing that people said? 67% of people leave your business because they don't think you care. That is why I send cards, and I keep sending cards, because I want people to know I care. You may not be ready for me. You may not have money. You may be going through hard times, but by golly, stay in my world. And this is how I help you stay in my world. So I then created a podcast called The Thriving Solopreneur. And one of the things people tell me is like, well, why should I really do this card sending thing? And I go, because it works and it brings in revenue. And here's one of my systems. Every day for an hour, I am sending cards. And no, I don't give it off to my VA because I'm sending personalized cards here. I'm not sending campaigns. I'm sending cards to people that I care about. And then for 5 minutes a day, I'm singing happy birthday on Facebook and LinkedIn to the people who LinkedIn and Facebook very kindly tell me who their birthday is. I sing happy birthday to them and offer to send them a card. And this used to be my system. On Saturdays, I was training the send out card teams. I was training these MLM teams and helping them get better at their business. To show them what I was doing, in April of 2020, I said, okay, here we go. I'm going to build my business using the send out card system that I'm teaching you guys. I had 289 addresses that I uploaded. That's all I had at the time. By December, I then had, of 2021, I had 768. Then in 2022, I had 944. Now, mind you, this is just me meeting people. I am not like doing email campaigns. I'm not reaching out to people. I am just meeting people. And this is when I realized that a lot of people meet people, but then that's it. They don't go back and do any follow-up. And so by now, today, I have 1,112 people who I have their personal home address. So I am sending stuff to them. I have a 99.8% open rate on those cards. And you're like, but Janine, not all the cards get to them. We'll talk about that in just a second. My business tripled during this period of time. And so this is my challenge to you. My challenge to you is access your current contacts. And what that means is get on LinkedIn, get on Facebook, and get in your contacts on your phone. Download all of those people into a huge master contact sheet and start asking them for their addresses. And if they ask you why, you say, I'd like to send you a thank you note. I appreciate what you did with XYZ PDQ. Start with people who you're very close to first. Then start with your clients who maybe you haven't reached out to in a while. You know who your people are, and then you just start working your way down the group. Birthdays are excellent points of contact. That's why I started with birthdays. If I found out it was somebody's birthday, I'd be like, hey, I want to send you a birthday card. I don't have your address. Then make sure you put it on your calendar. Set very specific times on your calendar when you're going to be doing this. This is my calendar. You can see where I have the send out card power hour, and right there, sing happy birthday on Facebook and LinkedIn is from 7:30 to 8. Okay. People then say, yeah, but Janine, I get cards back. And I go, great. Somebody has moved and didn't tell me. Somebody has changed a job and did not tell me. This is exciting for Janine. She gets very excited by this. Why? Because it's engagement. I now will reach out on Facebook, LinkedIn, through my contacts, text message them. I snap a picture of this card and I go, your card was returned to me. What did I do wrong? That's what I always say. But your card came back to me. What did I do wrong? Oh my gosh, Janine. And then I get a story wall of text in response. That is the type of engagement I want. Those are the type of people I want in my life. So anyway, this is just stuff. I'm an author. Yeah. 4 podcasts. Yeah. Help you with money. This is the really cool thing. The thing is, when somebody has me on their podcast and they have given me time to speak to their people and their community, I send them brownies too. And the brownies now cost me about $7 to $12, depending upon where in the United States they are. Those of you that have received my brownies can talk about it. And it's amazing how many excuses people will come up with for not doing good things. They're like, yeah, but what if they're gluten-free? I'm like, then give them the frolicking groovy flour. I mean, it's like, come on, people. There are fun things you can do. I do brownies because, I think it's a great joke. Colorado is kind of famous for their brownies. Anyway, so this is the big point. Why did you get into business? There is a problem that you solve. There is a passion that you have. I want you to go back to that. Why did you get into business? Okay. What was that vision that originally got you rolling on that? And then see how sending cards to people may be able to help you out. Okay. So thank you very much, everybody, for putting up with my slide deck.